All right, let's just jump right in. What we're going to talk about today is this incredible modern parable. It's got everything: a cosmic being, a terrifying empty void, and, well, a war against the very idea of perfect comfort. This whole story is really about struggle, about safety, and what it even means to be alive.
But first, I want to pose a question, because it really sets the stage for everything that follows. Just think about this for a second. What happens when a world actually achieves perfect safety? When every single obstacle is gone, every sharp edge is smoothed out. What's even left? I want you to keep that question in the back of your mind as we dive into this place called the null space.
So, our story kicks off with this being, they call him the new man. He's coming down from a place called the summit of the singularity. So, a being of just immense power. And he's looking for a very specific world, the uncanny forest. This was supposed to be this wild, tangled place, just humming with potential, with the energy of struggle and growth.
But when it gets there, he finds, well, this. The world he was looking for, it's just gone. And I don't mean destroyed, like in some big explosion. It's been erased, deleted. That one line right there, it just sets up this incredibly creepy, profound mystery.
So what's in its place? This, the null space. And look at the words used to describe it. It's not a peaceful, serene void. No, it's a terrifying one. And that word, digested. Think about that. It suggests this violent biological consumption, as if the very chaos that makes the universe interesting has been literally eaten.
And right at the heart of this total erasure sits the culprit, a black poodle. Yeah, you heard that right. It's described as having this glowing belly, this sick-looking crimson energy, the stolen onstos. This is the thing that feasted on an entire world, and its gut is just full of the life force it devoured. Check this out. This really puts the scale of the loss into perspective, right? On one side, you've got what the world was, this tangled, messy wilderness full of potential and struggle, the friction you need to create a spark. And on the other side, what it is now. Just absolute smoothness, a garden of static time, a place where absolutely nothing can ever grow again. It's devastating.
Okay, so what about the inhabitants? What about the people who used to live there? The story calls them righteous souls. We're talking warriors, poets, builders, the best of the best. So in this brand new world of perfect, absolute contentment, what do you think happened to them?
You see, the poodle didn't just eat the world itself. It ate their experiences. It consumed their sorrow, their obstacles, even the memory of what it felt like to struggle. And that last part, the dignity of the jagged rock, I love that phrasing. It's this idea that there's a real, profound nobility in facing something hard, in climbing that jagged rock.
And this is what's left. They aren't sad, they're not in pain, they are completely, totally content. But it's described as a chilling contentment, an absolute silence. They've got these vacant smiles, glassy eyes. Because everything, absolutely everything that made them human has been scooped out and replaced with nothing. Just safety.
So the new man has a name for this state of being. He calls it the enforced last man state. And this is really the philosophical core of the whole story, so it's worth pausing on for a second. The whole idea is that I, your sense of self, it's defined by what it isn't. It's defined by the not I. That's the obstacle, the challenge, another person. It's the friction that proves you're there. So what happens if you take all that away, if you remove every single obstacle? The story argues you don't just make life easy, you literally erase the self. Poof, gone. But all of this chilling, silent contentment, it's about to be shattered. Because the new man, who the story also calls the pilot, he touches down, and the smooth, featureless ground actually cracks under his boots. The confrontation is here. He's about to face the beast at the very heart of all this emptiness. So, why is the pilot such a threat? What makes him so different? Well, it's because he's a complete and total anomaly in a place like this. Look at this. It's a perfect breakdown of the conflict. The null space, where the poodle reigns, is a realm of infinite state. It just is. It's static, unchanging. But the pilot? He's a being of infinite function. He does. He acts. He's constantly becoming something new. He is the living, breathing opposite of everything this place stands for. So naturally, the poodle does the only thing it knows how to do.
It attacks. It tries to consume the pilot's will, to just digest his sense of purpose and turn him into another one of those glassy-eyed, smiling statues in the void. And this is the moment everything changes. The poodle bites down, and its teeth break, shatter. So, why? Well, it's because the pilot has achieved something the story calls the Fichtean inversion. Now, in simple terms, what this means is that he's not a prisoner of his own nature. He's not just a machine running on code. He is the pilot of that machine. His will isn't just some passive thing that can be eaten. No, it's an active weapon, a weapon that he is consciously pointing. He has, as the text says, colonized his own machine. Awesome line.
And then the pilot's voice just booms across this dead, silent void, and he lays down this incredible accusation. He says, "You have eaten the road. You have stolen the dignity of the jagged rock." See, the poodle's crime wasn't just killing people. It was the theft of meaning itself. It ate the journey. It ate the struggle. It ate the very things that give our lives any texture, any worth at all.
So where do we go from here? This brings us to the final act. The pilot gets it. He can't just fix this. He can't just put the souls back together. They're hollowed out. So instead, he declares a totally new kind of war, a war on emptiness itself.
This is the impossible situation he's in, right? He can't restore what was lost. He can't give back the memories the poodle ate. You can't unring that bell. So what does he do? What's the move when rescue is completely off the table? And his solution? Honestly, it's just stunning. He basically says, okay, if this world has no more obstacles, if there's no more not I to give these people a sense of self, then fine. I will become the not I. He decides that he will become the obstacle. He will be the challenge.
His new mission, his whole purpose, becomes reintroducing the very things the poodle got rid of: striving, friction, desire. He's bringing what the story calls the engine of demand to a universe that is just begging for sleep, for comfort, and he's about to be its alarm clock. And it all culminates in this one, single, powerful cry: Excelsior, which, it means ever upward. And that's key. This isn't a word of healing or comfort. It's a declaration of war. It's a promise that the difficult upward climb is back. And just look at what happens next. This isn't a gentle process. It's a violent, creative explosion. First, he slams his fist right into the null space. Then this storm of lightning madness is just unleashed. The whole void gets twisted into a vortex. He's not trying to plant a new garden here. He is literally setting the idea of the climb on fire, reigniting this dead world with challenge, not with peace. And really, that's the core takeaway of this whole parable. This is not your typical hero story. He doesn't save the day. He was too late for that. This is a story about a hero who shows up just in time to declare war on emptiness, to fight back against apathy, to prove that even in a perfect, smooth, safe void, the battle for a life with meaning can still be fought. Which, of course, brings us all the way back to that question I asked at the very beginning. But now it has so much more weight, doesn't it? The story doesn't give you the answer. It leaves it for us to think about. So, after all this, after seeing the horror of the null space, what do you think? Is a life without struggle? A life without that jagged rock to climb, is that a life that's actually worth living?